because of the. I mean, was it after 5 games?
Yeah,
I think they sacked Brown. I think it was
Mike
1
Brown,
and 4.
yeah. I look, I think D'Antoni's maybe got a little more slack because Nash is injured and he hasn't had the full component.
But Nash wasn't playing when Brown was there.
True,
and I reckon
yeah.
when you're coming in because of all the shenanigans that were going on with Phil Jackson and the like, that whole thing. So all of a sudden you've got a new coach coming in. I mean, there's some pretty critical eyes in any sport, in any arena, when a new coach comes in because someone's been sacked halfway through a season or 5 games into a season. I think there's always a lot of pressure. On the flip side of the Lakers, you have a look at Oklahoma and you have a look at the Knicks. They are flying.
Oklahoma City, 19-4. They didn't win 10 in a row or something. 10 in a row.
Yeah.
They're on a roll right now. The Knicks have been great. Look, Carmelo Anthony's been fantastic. I've always appreciated him more in the international stage. He's one of the great players when you watch the U.S. Olympic team or teams at the World Championships. It suits his game very, very well. He's bringing that sort of energy and decision-making to the Knicks, which I think is great. It's great to see. It's great for basketball.
It's great
for
for
him. It really is. A strong Knicks team is good, and Melo's one of those guys that hasn't played in a real winning team, and it's great to see him do that. So yeah, look, you're right. I mean,
they're on top of the
Oklahoma
East.
City's fun to watch. The Knicks are fun to watch. San Antonio's another team, maybe not fun to watch, but they're racking up the wins and and the record is speaking for itself. So
the market before we go to a break is Miami $3.25, Oklahoma $6.50 into $4.50, the Lakers out to $8.50, Spurs $10, the Knicks are the big mover. They've been $17 into $11, the Clippers are $17. They're doing really well. They're 17 and 6.
Yep,
the Clippers.
they
What
are.
a great start to the season. Memphis are doing well. They're $19. Chicago out to $23. The Celtics $31. Brooklyn $34, and then you got $51. The Pacers and greater the rest of the competition.
Having always been the poor relations, how are the Clippers fans? Have they got a big supporter base, given the fact they've always the poor relations?
For a while. Well, they used to play in the old sports arena. There was where USC played, and it was just a dive.
Now they play in the Staples Center now?
They do now. They share it now. And I think, look, in recent years, as the team's gotten better, you're starting to see more Clipper fans come to the surface. When I lived in L.A., which would have been, late 90s, mid to late 90s, you would be hard-pressed to find a Clippers fan. In fact, I could think of my buddy Robert. We called him Robert the Clippers fan because they were so bad. He was the one guy that we knew, and he was a bartender, so he gave us good prices on drinks, but he was the Clippers fan.
Long-suffering Clippers.
The one thing you will find, which is great, is some people got in when the Clippers were bad, got their season tickets, and were always kind of supporting them, hoping this day would come. Yeah. And now they're reaping the rewards.
Now they've probably been priced out of their
season
ticket.
That's probably right. You're probably right. But it's good to see them back, not on equal footing. They will never be on equal footing with the Lakers, but good to see them competitive, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Betstars and Stripes, 94291116. You can SMS us 0433 981116. A dropped catch from Simon Kadich means the Sixers are still out there. 9 for 105 off 19 overs. They were 6 for 24, so they've got themselves into the realms of somewhere resembling competitive.
115 makes it, because they're a horrible team.
Perth got bowled out for 69 during the week, you've got to remember. So.
And Kadich and those guys, they look completely gone, to be honest.
Yeah, that's certainly not 2020 players either. We're going to go through all of the markets after our next break. Also, our head-to-head Who Am I coming up very shortly. We need a couple of callers on the line, 94291116. Of course, Al is the quiz master, and a couple of game passes up for grabs. So get on the phones, 94291116. Betstars and Stripes for Betstar, home of US sport in Australia. And to celebrate, they have $2 power lines on all NFL games from 4 p.m. every Sunday. Head to betstar.com.au or betstar.mobi to check them out.
Find us on Facebook. This is Bet Stars and Stripes with Dr. Turf, Ed Wyatt and Alice Gander.
Betstars and Stripes for a Betstar. When you bet with a Scander's Betstar, you're betting with a 100% Australian-owned and operated company who are committed to looking after their punters' needs. Alice Gander from Betstar is with us. We also have Ed Wyatt and Dr. Turf. The Sydney Sixers have finished on 9 for 113, which in a funny little way is competitive. The Sydney Thunder made 116 the other day and nearly defended that, so you never know. Perth did get bowled out for 69 during the week. Before we take a look at some of the NFL markets for this week, time to give away the best prize on Melbourne radio, a game pass for either the NBA or NFL. We have our two contestants on the line, and Alice Gander is ready to be your quiz master. Jamie is in Crib Point. Jamie, good evening.
Good evening, fellas.
Now, a buzzer tester, that is, of course, your name.
Jamie.
Fantastic. And Kim in Eltham. Kim, good evening.
How you going, guys?
Going well. A buzzer tester for you as well.
Kim.
Fabulous.
Fantastic, Jamie and Kim. The rules are pretty easy. I'm sure you guys know them, but I will read out the clue. You've just got to come in with the buzzer if you think you know the answer. If you get it right, you win the NFL or NBA Game Pass. And if you get it wrong, your opponent gets 2 free clues to have a crack, and then you're both back in again. So, starting off, I was born in Long Beach, California in 1988. I attended UCLA for 2 years. I was drafted 4th overall by the now defunct Seattle Supersonics. I made the 2009 NBA All-Rookie First Team. I am a 2-time All-Star and an Olympic gold medalist. Jamie.
Ray Allen.
No.
Ooh.
No, Kim's got 2 free clues. There's only 2 left, which is fortunate.
It's not over, Jamie, but just hang in there.
I currently average the most points per game for my position in the NBA. I am the point guard for the Oklahoma Thunder.
Oh, Kim. Russell Westbrook.
Good work, Kim. I think Jamie knew that. He fell off his chair. He was unconscious.
A fair old groan.
Well done, Kim. Mate, hang on the line, and Tim will grab all your details, mate, and someone from Betstars will be in contact tomorrow to give you your NFL or NBA Game Pass. Well done.
So Kim in Eltham there, many congratulations to him. Now we'll take a look at some of the markets for tonight/tomorrow morning's NFL game.
Yeah, let's start with on Fox Sport, 5 a.m. Monday morning. The 2 top sides in the NFC North. Green Bay Packers go to Chicago. Green Bay Packers are favourite. They're $1.66. Chicago Bears $2.26. The line is 2.5, and the totals are 43.5. This market's been really solid all week.
Just a good game.
Yeah, one of those AFC or NFC North battles. They used to call the old black and blue division in the old days when those teams battled.
We're assuming that Cutler's playing and...
Yeah, so we got some information on the screen here which Tim put up. He said there was an MCL sprain and neck problems, but will play this weekend according to reports.
Okay, so you're on the money with that, Al. Yep, they better hope he is playing because without him they've got no shot. Big game for them. Big game. They've actually conceded first place to the Packers after they lost last week and Green Bay won. So Green Bay sitting at 9-4, and the Bears are sitting at 8-5. So home game, need a win. If they lose this, they're 2 games behind the Packers, and they're in big trouble if they want to win that division. Suddenly you're battling everyone else for the wild card. So huge game. I personally don't have a gut feeling on it. I think Green Bay's probably been playing a little bit better. Green Bay's now running the ball. I don't know if you noticed. Suddenly they've got a running game. It came just at the time when I needed Aaron Rodgers to throw more so I could advance in my fantasy football playoffs. So now they suddenly want to run the ball.
It's very considerate of him.
I tried to put in a call and it didn't work.
I think like a sports commentator talking through his fantasy team. Talk about objectivity.
I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a good old-fashioned battle and going to be a close one, I think.
Is there a team that hurts more than Chicago if they don't have their quarterback playing, Ed?
Denver, if Peyton Manning goes out. Yeah, I mean, look, Chicago is very reliant on Cutler, and the stats show that. But obviously, you look at Brady, you look at any of those big guys like that really hurts them. But for some reason with the Bears, you've seen when they don't have Cutler, they've just collapsed.
Mind you, Roethlisberger came back last week and they lost.
Yeah, that was a surprise, wasn't it?
So it's live at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, live on Fox Sports. You've got Pittsburgh Steelers. They've been $1.85 into $1.75. So there's good money on Pittsburgh. Taking on the Cowboys, out to $2.12. The line is 1.5 points there, and the overs and unders are 45.
Interesting that money is switched that way. At Dallas.
I think they're getting to a big price, Dallas. I think $2.12 represents a really good bet, Dallas.
Might be a look at
Pittsburgh, I know they won a game with the standing quarterback a couple of weeks ago, Hatch. Yeah. But they've been a bit scratchy. Pittsburgh.
Both teams need a win. I mean, if you look at that from the simplistic standpoint, if has anyone clinched or anything, no. I mean, Pittsburgh 7-6, they need to win to keep pace with Cincinnati. Dallas needs a win to get to 8-6. I think it's another good game. Might not be a pretty game, but I think it's going to be a good game. I think you're right, Doc. I think Dallas might be worth a look there. I know you're right. They've been a roller coaster team all year, but if they want to have any chance of, getting into the playoffs, they're going to win this game.
Pittsburgh, I'm just guessing here, but I think they probably only won one of their last 4 or something.
Let's see. Last 5, they are 2-3. 2-3 in their last 5.
Live 1HD, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Detroit $1.38 into $1.34. The Cardinals.
Just stop right there. Terrible. No one's going to watch this game. If you're out there, don't watch this football game. Go find, get your league pass, watch something else. Lions Cardinals might be the worst game of the year, Doc. Come on. We can't watch
next,
that.
Then.
Let's just put a line. Actually, go ahead. Now finish it off. There could be some value in it.
I reckon we'll spend more time on this game because this is an absolute cracking game. It's live on ESPN and on 1HD at 12:20 Monday. San Francisco, $3 into $2.80. Take on New England. They're $1.41 out to $1.45. The line there is 4.5, and the overs and unders has been 48 into 46 points. But this is going to be a cracking game.
How many times will we hear Super Bowl preview mentioned prior to this one? Yeah. Because look, these are two teams that we could certainly see in the Super Bowl in a month or so time. I mean, these are two very good football teams. New England, as you said earlier in the show, Al, looked really good last week and sort of hitting their stride. San Francisco's got that pretty solid defense. I mean, they've been battling a little bit since they made the switch from Alex Smith to Colin Kaepernick, but they're still a very good football team. I think it's be a good game.
They keep records of teams going from West Coast to East Coast and vice versa.
Absolutely, they do.
And what is it? Is it anything? Because we are talking a significant time difference.
Well,
here.
I think I mentioned that with Seattle about a week ago when they had to go to Miami and play the early game. I don't think, because this is a Monday night game, this will be a little bit different. West to East can be tough, but it's tougher when you play the Sunday rather than the Monday game. And I don't know the statistics, obviously, but off the top of my head, but I do know that that's very much taken into consideration by punters when they're looking at a team from the West Coast going east to play, particularly in early games.
Who chooses Thursday night football? Because that would be significant. Again, you're talking Sunday to Thursday.
That's the NFL does that because it's the NFL Network. And
is it rotated evenly? Is it?
I think they're going to go away soon. Would be my guess, because I think they start playing some Saturday games over the holidays. Get thrown in there because the colleges are finishing up. So, look, it's the schedule. I would think you'd want better teams on a Thursday. The Monday night tends to be that, but then they've got the flex schedule comes into play as well too. So they can get a better game coming up as well.
How were your college games this morning? You had the first three bowl games.
How about my Utah State Aggies? I spent a little time in Logan, Utah, and I've sort of
a little time. How long?
Not much. Just
but they're your team.
Few months. Well, they're like the third little brother behind Brigham Young and the University of Utah, so kind of at a soft spot for them. And they've turned it around this year. 11-2, won that bowl game. Which did you see the trophy of the famous Idaho Potatoes Bowl?
No, I didn't.
It was a big thing full of spuds, full of potatoes, and it was played on the Boise State Stadium, which is the blue turf. So it's just this psycho game when you're watching the whole thing. But
if that doesn't make you feel victorious, I don't know what will.
Here's some potatoes.
Are they all Mormons there?
Most of them are, which means you. What you can do is it's harder to get alcohol there, but you can get it, and it's funny how you can buy beer in the stores, but it's lesser percentage beer, so it's like 3.2% beer.
You can't take full strength beer, but you can get 3 wives there.
Not anymore. You can't do that anymore. But you have to join a private club if you want to drink alcohol,
really?
Which is great. But
you've done a lot of research, Ed.
I spent a little time there, as I said. I had to try and figure out how it worked. And the other great thing they do there, which I love, is like when, let's say, a bar closes down. In most places, that's really hot because there's an open liquor license. Let's go get it. Here, they just kind of go, yep, that's enough bars in the city. 14's enough, and they put it away.
We were in Dallas for the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, and every bar shut at 1.
Yeah, it's not. That's more the norm here. 2, I think, more in the States, whereas we don't quite have that in America.
LA, the bar's closed pretty early as well.
Thing. Yeah, it's not like here. It's different.
In fact, the bouncer at one particular club turned the jukebox off until Glenn Archer managed to persuade him not to.
Can't be persuasive.
Imagine that.
He was very persuasive.
Imagine that.
And the threat went no further than his bare hand.